Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you guys for joining us. We hope it's been a great day so far. I'm excited to be sitting with Matt Hammitt, who is the lead singer for Sanctus Real, which, woo, yeah, you guys can clap. And so you better stick around for this evening's concert, but I'm excited that Matt's up here with us talking about Compassion International. And Matt, with Compassion International, working with over 1.7 million children living in poverty around the world, how do they impact the lives of those children living in abject poverty?
Yeah, I was pretty blown away when I actually got to go to El Salvador a couple of years ago. And what I saw was so far beyond what I understood Compassion did. And I think like anybody else, I've actually been on both sides of the Compassion, talk. So you hear somebody giving it, or you're the one giving it, and a lot of times you just see this little picture on a packet. That's all it is. And then when I went there, to have those little arms wrapped around me and to have those eyes looking up at me, it was like I actually saw who I was fighting for. And then beyond that, to see who Compassion was fighting for and what they were doing to fight for these kids, that's what blew me away. Is these files, like literally just drawers and drawers of files on every kid and their health, spiritual, emotional. They're being mentored, they're being taught Jesus. And then it starts that child every single day, the impact that community and church and Compassion Project has on that child. And then it just trickles down to the whole family. And there's the whole family is coming to know the Lord because these children were ministered to in the name of Jesus by Compassion.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's got to be just moving to have that experience. So outside from just you, how else has Compassion impacted your family?
Yeah, well, my daughter, Emmy, my 9-year-old, actually get to go on a trip with me and they went to El Salvador. And just watching how that changed her life and made her mission-minded and helped her understand how we actually practically, daily, tangibly sacrifice to love people like Jesus has loved us has made a huge impact. And then just being able to see, really what our gifts have done to help Esteban, our sponsored child, who's now my daughter's pen pal.
Fantastic. For anyone in the audience curious, wants to get involved, how do they go about doing that?
I know a lot of people have heard about, child sponsorship programs, and it's just like any other form of giving. It's a way that we have an opportunity to reach somebody on the other side of the world in the name of Jesus. And I don't think the question is, do I give? We all are called to be generous. It's not, do I sponsor a child? There's a lot of people here who already have. But for me, I heard somebody say this before, and it really clicked with me. They say, it's not do I, it's how many. How many? How many does God want me to touch? How many does God want me to impact? What am I called to do, and how can I reach as many students as God has allowed me to, as many children? And so maybe you've already sponsored a kid at some point, but man, I would ask you today to just open up your heart and say, Lord, do you have another for me today? And if you haven't, I think every single person needs to experience the relationship that comes with sponsoring a child and seeing the impact that it makes in their life and just supporting the work of Compassion, because it's an incredible work. And I think we're actually going to have, I believe we have people with packets, right? Right here. And so I would just invite them to come down. And if you're interested in sponsoring a child, you don't have to make the commitment right at this moment. You could take a packet, you can pray over those kids, or you can stop at the table later and pray if God would, move on your heart to do that. And, just do us a favor, just don't walk away with the packet. Because if you walk away with the packet, then that kid has to get back in the system later. These are kids that are priority need. And so please, if you take a packet, then you'll just be able to pray over that child. We hope you make that decision today.
Thanks, Matt. And just another reminder, a big thank you to Compassion and their support and partnership to be able to bring Collyde 2015 to all of you today. So with that, another round of applause for Matt. Thank you.
Thanks so much.